So in chapter 11, we are going to take a look at acids and their chemical cousin bases. And what acids show up in our everyday life in many different ways. And we have acid in our stomach, for example, and that helps us digest food. And when that acid backflows into the esophagus, that can cause a burning sensation. And if that happens a lot, it's known as acid reflux or gastroesophageal reflux disease. You may have had this, or you may know somebody who has it. It's a relatively common um, problem. And it's also treated with something known as an antacid, which is actually a base. So let's look in more detail at acids. Acids have several characteristic physical and chemical properties. For example, acids always have a sour taste. And in fact, the only thing that can cause a sour taste is an acid. So if you eat something or drink something that has a sour taste, that is due to the presence of an acid. Acids will turn some dyes a different color, and there is a dye on blue litmus paper that specifically turns red when it's in contact with an acid. And acids react with many different types of metals to produce hydrogen gas. So acids will react with metals in general, and they will also react with bases, which we'll get to next. Some common acids that show up in our everyday life includes our stomach acid, which is known as hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, which is found in car batteries. These two, hydrochloric and sulfuric, are very strong acids and very dangerous. So if you ever work with a car battery, be very, very careful to protect your eyes. Acetic acid is found in vinegar, lactic acid is found in yogurt, and citric acid is found in fruits such as lemons and limes and oranges. And these last three acids are organic acids known as carboxylic acid. So you may remember this group, this functional group, carbon is doubly bonded to an oxygen, and that same carbon is bonded to an oxygen that is bonded to a hydrogen. And this hydrogen here is what's known as the acidic hydrogen. Acids are defined by this acidic hydrogen. And if we look on this slide, we see some of these common acids, and either from the formula, really more from this molecular model, we see that each acid has a hydrogen, which is this little gray sphere, bonded to an oxygen, which is a red sphere. So that's a characteristic property of the structure of an acid. This hydrogen bonded to an oxygen, and then this hydrogen bonded to the oxygen is the acidic hydrogen, which does the chemistry that is characteristic of acids.